look at if it's a spike or a system. A lot of people think the difference between stress and burnout is how intense it feels, but it's not. It's how long it's been going on and what it started to change in you. Stress is uncomfortable, but it's usually temporary. You push, you recover, and then you feel like yourself again. Burnout is when that reset never really happens. You rest, but you don't recharge. You take time off, but you still feel behind. You're not just tired, you're worn down. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Tara, and I help people make sense of work when it starts falling apart. Stress is something that your system is designed to handle. Burnout, on the other hand, is what happens when your system's been asked to adapt for too long without enough support backing it up. One of the ways that I help people tell the difference is by looking underneath the symptoms at the 5 C's driving it. Start with conditions. This is the shape of your work, so think the volume, the pace, and the scope. Stress shows up when conditions spike for a bit, like a busy season or a tough project. But burnout shows up when those conditions never come back down, when too much just becomes normal. Then there's culture. Think of this as the lived experience of work, how late work is rewarded, how boundaries are treated, or what happens when someone pushes back. Stress can exist inside a culture that still makes room for being a human. Burnout lives in cultures where overextension is normal and rest is treated like a personal responsibility instead of a system issue. Convictions are next. This is about meaning and alignment. So your values, your sense of purpose, and why this work matters to you. Stress doesn't usually touch this. Burnout does. You start feeling disconnected or cynical about work that you used to care about. Then come choices. What you feel able to change. Maybe what you can say no to or what you can push back on. When you're stressed, choices will feel tight but temporary. You can still speak up. You can still adjust. With burnout, your choices feel frozen. You stop advocating, you default to endurance, and you tell yourself that this is just how it is. And capacity is the final tell. This is your energy, your focus, and your emotional bandwidth. Stress drains it, but it comes back with rest. Burnout keeps it low even when you slow down. Everything seems to take more effort than it should. To boil it down, to distinguish stress versus burnout, look at if it's a spike or a system. And be sure to follow me for more support that helps you make sense of what's going on.